guys, it's Natalie here. Barmy Army. We didn't have it last week, but we've got it this week. And with Craig, we just, from Chelsea, really good game. But obviously, next week, this week coming up, actually, it's Birmingham playing. Craig, tell us about yourself. You spoke to us before, but, just thoughts on the season so far. It's only one game, but your thoughts?
Yeah, it's only one game. It's a very long way to go. You could tell that a lot of the players haven't played that much together. Obviously, with the manager coming in a bit later than we'd expect, it's obviously it will take more time than maybe some other clubs have had to get the new players in. We've also announced a new signing today, who we've been expecting from United, but it's finally over the line today. Molly Green's been announced, a new Birmingham player. As I say, it was a tough game against Brighton. They came into the game more as it went on, and we kind of set back a bit too much and didn't really make any chances in the second half. So there's a lot to work on, but there's some positive signs there at least.
Yeah, just talking of Molly, she's with us in the Championship. Obviously, she didn't get a lot of game time last year, so now she's gone to Birmingham. What are you expecting from her then?
I didn't see loads of her, but I know that obviously she got good stats in the Championship season when you got promoted. So that my expectations aren't that high, because obviously it's a lot of change at the club and it's a lot to ask for from one player to do a lot. But I just hope that she puts in good performances and hopefully gets a few goals, and then that's as much as I can ask for, really. Just do the best, and we'll see how we go from there.
Yeah, Molly, you can always count on it, no matter what. Pull up, be there at the end of the ball, end of any moves of play. That's what she was first at the end, and sort of now for Sunday. What do you think? Do you expect Molly to play then straight in?
I think she'll definitely play some minutes. I don't know if she'll be straight in the team. I'm not entirely sure when she was joined up with the squad, so it could rely on that, really. Obviously, Rachel Causey didn't play at the weekend. She was on the bench and she didn't come on. So obviously, maybe Carla's seen like she wants to keep the defence as stable as the people who have been there the longest over the summer to get training together. So obviously, it might be the case that she comes off the bench just because she hasn't played as many minutes, but we'll see. I think she'll definitely play at least a few minutes against United, yeah.
And obviously we didn't have a second game against you because it was all shut down, COVID. But, the little game that we did have, it was a good game. It's 2-1, I think, 3-1 actually in the end. What did you expect then Sunday? From your side, what should maybe Reds think, or because obviously nothing's a walk in the park in this league. What should we look out for you?
I think it's going to be a tough game for the Blues on Sunday. It obviously was tough last season, but obviously United strengthened again this season with the likes of Ona Batil, who's a very rapid player from what I can tell. In terms of Blues, obviously Abby Grant didn't play against Brighton and she's carrying a knock, so she might not be available for that game. I think she's the one who scored against you in the last game we played you last season, so that'll be a disappointment for us if she doesn't get to play. In terms of the players that we have brought in, you've got Georgia Brome's back in the defence. She was from Everton on loan. She's a decent partner for either, who was it? It was Harriet Scott, who played against Brighton in the centre, or Rachel Causey if she comes in for this one. Attacking wise, Jamie Lee Napier, even from Chelsea, she's a loanee. She didn't do the best against Brighton, but she's obviously come in quite late, and she got a lot of goals in Scotland, so she might be one to look out for. Other than that, maybe Claudia Walker. She had a good game against Brighton, holding the ball up well. She didn't really create that many chances, but she looks much more impressive than she has done for some of last season as well.
Okay, so I don't want to. Is there anything? There's now that the Americans are going to be done. I doubt that's Christian Press home, but I doubt they'll be ready to play or anything like that. There's also talk of other signings potentially, but like you say, I doubt they'll be ready to play. Is there anyone that you're thinking, or United, like you just said, Honor, she was fantastic for us against Chelsea. And I expect the same. Becky to come back in and do well. We'll see it going.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see who plays for United. Obviously, as you mentioned, there's 2 Americans who are on their way potentially. We made the joke on our own podcast this week. We weren't sure if they're being snuck in the country a bit early so they can get back in the quarantine ready for this game. But I don't think it's going to be just a bit too early for that. But obviously, Lucy stands available if she's not injured and she comes back for this game. She could come back to haunt us. She played her former club Sunderland last year in the FA Cup for us, and she got sent off but scored the winner in that game. So she likes scoring against her old team. So that's probably the one I'm gonna look out for. She's probably going to be up for it if she gets to play in this one.
Yeah, Stanley hasn't even when these 2 come in, she won't even. She was sort of the big name that everyone was talking about, and now it looks like she'll be the. Just one of a few that are coming in. I mean, potentially they might, hopefully those Americans are quarantining now, but I doubt it'll be for this game. I think I'm looking at the October, get some training under their belts. I'm going to go, 3-0 Man United. Hopefully, nil. That's what I want to keep at. Mary had a good game and hopefully she can do it again. What's your score prediction?
I'll stick with the one I gave on my podcast. We're going to go. I went with 3-1 to United for this one. We all went for United wins, so we know you're a better team at the moment than us. But it's gonna be an interesting to see how we come up against the team next on Sunday, and then obviously then you got FA Cup games coming up after that.
What I will say about Blues though, Carla Ward is an absolute star of a manager. I've watched her for 2 years. She's absolutely incredible what she does with the players, what she did with the players at Sheffield, the way she unites everyone around her. People are upset. Obviously, they're losing. You had that martyr in. She was good, but Wardy, if you get behind her, you'll see big things. And if all the players, the aura that she has, the players will be in out of hands. So you'll be all right, I think, with Wardy.
Yeah, I hope so. She's obviously. I've read good things about her. She's obviously had a good few interviews that we saw. There was a good article in the Athletic about her, which was really interesting to learn more about her and how she came in. And obviously the situation. There was only 8 players when she came in, and she's turned it around and trying to get every last drop out of the budget for the season to keep us up. So I'm hopeful, but there's a long way to go.
She'll keep you. Don't worry, it's Wardy, man. But Craig, thanks a lot. It's unfortunate we can't be there. Looking at getting back, but hopefully that reverse one you'll be coming up or wherever. We'll see some of those fans there and we'll have red there. Cheers.
Yeah, Craig. Absolutely. Thank you for having me on. Thank you. Take care.